Did you know that no emotion in your body actually lasts longer than 90 seconds, unless you keep fueling it? Sounds surprising, right? But it's true. The raw chemical surge that comes with an emotion naturally burns out in about a minute and a half. Here's what happens. When something triggers you, your brain releases a wave of chemicals into your body. That's what makes you feel the tight chest of anger, the rush of excitement, or the sting of sadness. But here's the secret. Those chemicals are cleared out in 90 seconds unless your mind keeps replaying the story. This isn't positive thinking fluff. It's grounded in neuroscience. Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor, a Harvard-trained brain scientist, observed this in her research. What keeps an emotion hanging around isn't the emotion itself. It's the mental loop we run. The more we think about what happened, the more we re-trigger the same chemical response. So, next time you feel anger rising, here's what you can try. Instead of snapping, pause and just notice. Maybe you feel heat in your cheeks or your fists clenching. Breathe and silently count to 90. Don't fight the feeling. Just let it roll through you like a passing wave. You'll feel the storm soften on its own. That small practice is the foundation of emotional control most people never discover. Emotions are like weather. They pass if you don't chase the storm. How many times have you yelled, regretted it seconds later, and thought, "Why did I do that?" That's the 90-second rule in action. The truth is, your emotions are persuasive salespeople. They'll try to convince you they're in charge, but they don't make your choices. You do. Chapter 1. Cognitive Reframing. Here's a mind-bending idea. Disappointment doesn't come from events themselves. It comes from the gap between what you expected and what actually happened. The good news? You can close that gap. This is called cognitive reframing, a psychological skill that lets you change how you view a situation without changing the situation itself. Our brains are constant prediction machines, building expectations. And when reality doesn't match, we feel frustration, anger, or sadness. Reframing doesn't mean lying to yourself or sugarcoating. It means adjusting your lens to see things more clearly and with less drama. Example: you didn't get the promotion. Catastrophic frame? I'm useless. My career is over-reframed? This is one setback. What feedback can I use to grow? One frame shuts the door, the other keeps it open. We've all had moments where something that felt devastating at the time later revealed itself as a blessing in disguise. Reframing lets you unlock that perspective now, not years later. Your brain is like a movie director who loves drama. You get criticized in a meeting. Cue the tragic soundtrack. But in reality, most people already forgot about it and are thinking about dinner. Chapter 2. The Emotional First Aid Kit. We all know the importance of a physical first aid kit, but what about an emotional one? Imagine having a personalized set of tools ready when anxiety, stress, or sadness show up. That's an emotional first aid kit. And the trick is to build it when you're calm, not when you're in crisis. Your kit should be designed for your triggers. Fill it with things you can see, smell, hear, touch, or do that help calm your nervous system. Here's a template: physical action, push-ups, stretching, or even a quick walk. Sensory cue, a favorite scent, calming music, or a textured object. Cognitive tool, a grounding question like, what's one thing I can control right now? Social support, a note to call or text a trusted friend. Store it all in your phone or journal, along with reminders of past challenges you overcame. Then, when life hits, you already have your safety net. Because here's the truth. When your emotions spike, your brain is like a toddler on a sugar rush, completely unreliable. Your emotional first aid kit is the grown-up in the room that says, let's calm down before we make this worse. Chapter 3. Breaking rumination cycles. Ever tried not to think about something, only to think about it even more? That's called rumination. It's like mental quicksand. Rumination isn't problem-solving. It's replaying the past without finding solutions. And research shows that the harder you try to push the thought away, the stronger it sticks. Here's how to break the cycle with the 5-3-1 technique. Notice 5 things you can see right now. This engages your senses. Change your environment. Stand up, walk to another room. Spend 3 minutes doing something mentally absorbing, like counting backwards in sevens. Do one small productive action, related or unrelated to the problem. Your mind is like flowing water. If you don't redirect it, it just circles in the same puddle. Remember those nights where you're stuck awake replaying something embarrassing you said years ago? Yeah, that's rumination. Your brain loves to remind you at 3 a.m. of the time you accidentally called your teacher Mom. Thanks, brain. Chapter 4. The Spotlight Effect. Do you ever feel like everyone notices your mistakes? That's the spotlight effect, the illusion that others are paying way more attention to us than they really are. Researchers at Cornell proved this with a funny experiment. They made students wear embarrassing t-shirts, then asked how many people noticed. The wearers thought everyone noticed. In reality, almost no one did. We overestimate this because we are the center of our own story. But everyone else? They're too busy being the star of their story. Think about it. Can you remember tiny mistakes from other people's presentations? Probably not. But you remember your own slip-ups for years. Understanding the spotlight effect is freeing. You realize people aren't judging you nearly as much as your brain claims. Most of the criticism? It's coming from inside your own head. Chapter 5. Third-person self-talk. What if I told you that simply switching pronouns in your self-talk could calm your anxiety? That's the power of third-person self-talk. Instead of, I can't handle this, you say, Sarah can handle this. Research shows this creates psychological distance, making you think more rationally, just like you would when advising a friend. We're often kinder to others than to ourselves. A friend forgets their keys. You say, don't worry, happens to everyone. You forget your keys? You idiot. Third-person self-talk activates your wiser brain, the part that coaches rather than criticizes. It's like having your own mentor on speed dial, available 24/7. Chapter 6. Mental contrasting. Positive thinking feels good, but it can backfire. Why? Because imagining success without preparing for obstacles tricks your brain into feeling like you've already arrived. The fix is mental contrasting. 1. Picture your goal vividly. 2. Identify the likely obstacles. 3. Create if-then plans for those obstacles. Want to work out more? Imagine the energy you'll feel, then admit, I'll probably feel tired after work. Plan, if I'm tired, I'll at least do 10 minutes. Mental contrasting transforms wishful thinking into realistic strategy. It's like planning a trip with both the destination photos and the map. Chapter 7. Building antifragility. What if you could build a life that doesn't just survive stress but grows stronger because of it? That's antifragility. Think about it. Your muscles get stronger from lifting weights. Your immune system strengthens from fighting germs. Stress, in the right dose, makes you tougher. To build antifragility, add small doses of challenge. Try cold showers. Practice short fasts. Have the tough conversations you've been avoiding. Also, build systems with backups so you don't rely on one fragile point of success. Comfort feels safe, but it also weakens you. Your comfort zone is like a cozy blanket. Great for rest, terrible for growth. Chapter 8. The Stockdale Paradox. How do people survive the harshest conditions without losing hope? The answer is the Stockdale Paradox. Admiral Jim Stockdale survived 7+ years as a prisoner of war by holding two truths at once. Absolute faith he'd survive in the end. Brutal honesty about the difficulty of the present. Too much blind optimism breaks when deadlines pass. Too much pessimism crushes the spirit. The paradox keeps you grounded and hopeful at the same time. It's a mental framework for long struggles, illness, career setbacks, or personal losses. You admit the pain, but keep faith in your eventual victory. Chapter 9. Building your personal resilience system. Instead of stumbling from crisis to crisis, imagine having a resilience operating system built into your life. It has 4 parts: body regulation, daily breathwork, like 4-7-8 breathing, mindset, reframing and third-person self-talk, behavior, using the 90-second rule and mental contrasting, social support, your personal network of trusted people. Practice these during calm times, not just emergencies. That's how they become second nature. Because resilience isn't a gift some people are born with. It's a skill you train. Like updating your brain's software. Except this update actually makes things run smoother. These 9 tools, from the 90-second rule, reframing, and emotional first aid kits, all the way to antifragility and the Stockdale Paradox, don't just help you get through challenges. They rewire your entire relationship with adversity. Remember, storms aren't meant to be avoided. They're meant to be danced through. Start simple. Pick one tool from today, practice it this week, then add another. Step by step, You'll build resilience that lasts a lifetime. And hey, if you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share your thoughts below if you'd like to support this work even more deeply. Because your journey to resilience, it starts right now.